Think you know all the top football stadiums in the UK? Think again. Today we're diving into 20 major arenas that didn't make the final cut to host Euro 2028 matches. Some are legendary, some are modern marvels, all capable of drawing big crowds. Let's take you on a tour. 20. Old Trafford. Built in 1910 and known worldwide as the Theatre of Dreams, it's the colossal home of Manchester United. The capacity sits at around 74,000, making it the largest club football stadium in the UK. But Old Trafford didn't make the Euro 2028 cut. The reason? United couldn't guarantee availability. Plans for redevelopment loom, with discussions about significant renovations or even a complete rebuild. 19. Anfield. Opened in 1884 and home to Liverpool since 1892, this ground is the beating heart of Merseyside. The capacity today is just over 61,000 after the new Anfield Road stand expansion. When You'll Never Walk Alone rolls down from the Kop. Yet, UEFA said no. The reason is almost laughably simple. The pitch isn't long enough. Anfield measures 101 meters in length, and UEFA demands 105 for tournament play. 18. Emirates Stadium. Opened in 2006, the Emirates were Arsenal's bold leap into the modern football era. With a capacity of over 60,000, it's sleek, bowl-shaped, and built for comfort and commercial power. On paper, it looks perfect for Euro 2028. But London was only ever going to get two venues, and Tottenham's new £1 billion stadium, along with Wembley, pushed Arsenal out. 17. London Stadium. If there's one stadium with a complicated identity, it's the London Stadium in Trafford. The capacity is about 62,500, making it one of the biggest in the Premier League. On paper, it should have been perfect, but UEFA wasn't convinced. The stadium's biggest flaw is atmosphere. With its running track and wide bowl design, fans feel distant from the pitch. 16. Croke Park. With a capacity of 82,300, it's the third largest stadium in Europe and by far the biggest in Ireland. Built originally in 1884 and redeveloped in stages over the 20th century, it's the home of the Gaelic Athletic Association. Yet for Euro 2028, Croke Park wasn't selected. UEFA preferred the Aviva Stadium, which holds about 51,000. Croke Park's sheer scale is stunning, but it isn't optimized for international football tournaments. 15. Stadium of Light. Opened in 1997 on the banks of the River Wear, the Stadium of Light was a bold statement for Sunderland AFC. It has hosted England internationals, Olympic matches in 2012, and huge club games in the Premier League era. For Euro 2028, it was on the shortlist early but didn't survive the final cut. Why? The Northeast already had St. James Park representing the region. 14. Elland Road. Elland Road is one of English football's old cathedrals. Built in 1897, it's been the home of Leeds United for well over a century. The current capacity is just over 37,000, but redevelopment plans aim to push it above 50,000. Those plans stalled when Leeds dropped back into the championship. For Euro 2028, UEFA wants certainty, not maybe. Elland Road couldn't provide that. 13. Celtic Park. In the East End of Glasgow, you'll find one of Europe's great football cathedrals, Celtic Park. Opened in 1892 and rebuilt in the 1990s, it now holds over 60,000 fans. It's the largest club stadium in Scotland and home to Celtic, a club with global reach. The atmosphere here is legendary. Yet, despite all that, Celtic Park was not selected for Euro 2028. 12. Ibrox Stadium. Built in 1899 and renovated heavily after the 1971 disaster, it's the proud home of Rangers FC. With a capacity of just over 50,000, it's one of the most atmospheric grounds in Britain. Yet, like Celtic Park, it was overlooked for Euro 2028. Again, the issue is duplication. Glasgow couldn't have two stadiums when Scotland was only offered one host spot. Hampden, as the national stadium, got the nod. 11. Murrayfield Stadium. Built in 1925, it holds over 67,000, making it the largest stadium in Scotland. It has hosted football before, though, including European finals and Scottish internationals. On paper, its size alone makes it worthy of consideration. But for Euro 2028, it was never seriously in the running. UEFA prefers football-specific grounds, and Murrayfield's identity as a rugby venue worked against it. 10. Stamford Bridge. Built back in 1877, it's one of England's oldest grounds. Capacity today? Around 40,850 after recent renovations. It's compact, cozy, and tight-knit, with seats so close to the action you'll feel every tackle. Why didn't it get serious bids for Euro 2028? Leagues and papers like the Daily Star and the Telegraph suggest it simply can't scale up, space around it is limited, and redevelopment would be a nightmare. 9. Amex Stadium. Also called Falmer Stadium, tucked just off the south coast. Built in 2011, super modern, with a capacity around 31,800. Rumors said it was in the frame if England hosted solo, but in the end it wasn't shortlisted. Likely it's the smallest capacity and that remote-ish feel. Brighton's lovely, but logistic challenges during a massive event might have tipped the scale. 8. St. Mary's Stadium. Built in 2001, a modern replacement for the Dell. It seats around 32,505. Standout bits. Its tidy bowl, green and white palette, the big tidal basin running nearby, and fans get a nice broad view inside and out. It hosts Saints, big FA Cup ties, and even music stuff. Mentioned as a possibility once, but never shortlisted. Probably due to limited capacity, few expansion options, and infrastructure. 7. Stadium MK. Opened in 2007, it's a brand new kind of stadium. Capacity near 30,500. Circular, wraparound design, with athletics track space, though it's pure football now. Clean, tidy, in England's fastest-growing city. It got some chatter in speculative stages, but again, not shortlisted. Maybe because MK isn't a traditional football hotbed, attendance is still modest, and public transport is a work in progress. 6. Home Park. Plymouth Argyle's ground. Built in its current form around 1950, though bits date earlier. Capacity is roughly 19,899 today. It's a chunk of seaside character, windy terraces, steep stands, that old-style feel, but with a modern main stand. It popped up in early speculation, but the far west of England, limited seats, and tricky transport links probably ruled it out. 5. Hillsborough Stadium. An old friend of football. Opened in 1899, rebuilt and expanded over decades. Present capacity today is about 39,732. Steep stands, classic old-timey buzz. It's seen FA Cups in the 1920s, tragedies, and famous League Cup finals. Even though it's held big games and featured in Women's Euros, it wasn't on the Euro 2028 radar. Perhaps lack of modern infrastructure or facilities for big international tournaments counted against it. 4. Bramall Lane. Another ancient one, from 1855, making it one of the oldest football grounds in the world in continuous use. Today's capacity is around 32,050. It was the first stadium to stage international football, and it still sits right in the city center. Used in Women's Euros, sure, but for the 2028 bid it just didn't make the list. Again, due to tight space, limited expansion, and crowd flow challenges. 3. King Power Stadium. Home to Leicester City. Built in 2002, capacity roughly 32,261. Sleek, compact, front row seats feel inches from the pitch. Legendary for its underdog Premier League win in 2016. It has good hospitality, great acoustics, and city backing. Still, it didn't gain traction in Euro 2028 planning. Leverage might have been limited by capacity headroom and renovation budget concerns. 2. City Ground. Nestled on the banks of the Trent, across the river from forest and county support. Built in 1898, although dilapidated until very recent redevelopment. Current capacity is about 30,600. Striking riverside setting, classic stands combined with modern upper tiers, old world charm with new capacity. Even with development, it wasn't enough to sway bid decision makers. Maybe capacity is still below thresholds, or logistics around access let it down. 1. Ashton Gate Stadium. Home to Bristol City, nestled in southwest England. The modern iteration dates to 2016 after redevelopment, though its roots go back to 1887. It now seats around 27,000. It's bowl-shaped, a tight bowl, with G-Instinct stands, a red brick outer shell, and that pulsating wall of sound on match days. Not enough for Euro 2028 hype. Though fans love it, capacity and infrastructure, again, just didn't tick all the right boxes. And there you have it. Each stadium may have missed the big Euro 2028 list, but they're not forgotten. They're living places, packed with chants, legends, scars, and celebrations. And maybe, one day, one of them will get its Euro moment. But until then, they're home, and that's what football is all about. Thanks for watching. If you love the content, please make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you in the next one.